Hello, my name is Ronnie Jackson. Good afternoon, class. Today I will be giving a persuasive speech on why it's better to give than to receive. Growing up, I was raised to have strong Christian morals and values. I grew up going to church every time the church doors would open. I attended regular worship service, Bible study, and Sunday school. As I reflect back on many different levels of teaching from my Sunday school and Bible study teachers, they strongly emphasize many different lessons which would be centered around what it means to be a giver. You see, when I refer to giving, when you and we can think back what I have right here in my hand, this is the Word of God. This is the basis of our teachings about giving. You see, God is strongly emphasizing that giving is a show our love and generosity for others, giving us the gift that comes from God, and by showing that we have gave in our hearts, betrayed the goodness of God that lives within us. Giving genuinely means that we are presenting something else with something without looking for any type of compensation for what we have done. This is truly how we can determine if our hearts are pure and sincere. Today I am given to discuss with you some reasons why it is better to give than to receive. Murray 2013 gives specific reasons why we should give rather than receive. Number one, giving obeys God's command. The Old Testament has way more commands about financial giving, who, when, and how much than the New Testament. Maybe the New Testament writers just assumed that God had given far more to us in the New Testament, giving himself to death, that our giving should follow fairly, logically, and easily. As of God's commands are given, teaching enhances our lives. Obeying this command will increase our happiness. Number two, giving submits to God, Lordship. Every act of obedience recognizes that there is a higher authority in our lives, that there is a Lord over us who is entitled to honor and respect. Due to our temperament, personality, and circumstances, we may find some commands relatively easily to obey. Our submission in reality tested in the areas where our own nature and situations make obedience more difficult. For most of us, money is one of those areas. Our wallet is often the last sitter to fall to God's rule. And even when it does fall, it gets rebuilt and resecured again all too quickly. If only we could remember that divine lordship is not a threat. Rather, it's the place of our greatest safety. Number three, giving exhibits God's heart. God is the giver of every good and perfect gift. James 1:17, as his image bears, we are called to copy his giving, to be many pictures of his infinitely large heart. The larger our hearts and the wider our hands, the larger picture we paint of God's character. What do people think of God when they think of the way you use your money? Giving advances God's kingdom. Many of us contributed to Apple in one way or another. We have helped to grow the company from a garage operation to the worldwide empire it is today, and I am happy about that. And it is a company that has brought many blessings to the world. But think of what blessings results in when we fund the mission of Christ's church. We are praying salaries of ministries and missionaries. We are funding resources for outreach, evangelism, and discipleship. But above all, we are investing in spiritual and eternal welfare people from every nation, kindred or tongue. Our dollars are changing homes, relationships, countries, and even the eternal destinies of many souls. In closing, I just want to urge and of you to often open your hearts, pour out love that it lives deep within, and show someone else compassion and bless them in a way that many have not been blessed anyone before. Let us all learn to give. It's just good for this soul. Thank you.